Hello, welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I am going to be making a spiral flower with a twist. I'm going to be using this mold by resincourses.com. It's number 003-1, and my beautiful friend Amanda at Crafting Kindness got it for me, and I appreciate it so much. It's one of my most favorite molds in the history of ever. I just think it's amazing. So you definitely should go check them out and get one for yourself because they are awesome. I'm using Art Pro resin. I mixed up 200 mils. This holds about 200 mils. I have what's left for as my push right here. And these sticks are awesome too. If I remember, I'll put these in the description. I think Amanda uses ones that are similar. Hers are black and white. Mine are multicolor. They are amazing. I love using them when I can to mix up resin. I don't always use them for small stuff. Maybe I will. All right, so this is the twist. So this is a spiral flower with a twist. The twist is that I'm going to use a little bit of a mica powder layer to it. And that is Senshi Red by Eye Candy. It is the most perfect red. It is not orangey. It is dark enough. It's just like, there's never been a more perfect red in the history of red micas ever. Like, I cannot sing its praises high enough. All right, this is my black. Okay, this is my Liquitex Carbon Black. I tweaked the amounts just a little bit because this is a wider pour, but this is 30 mils and I used 4 drops. For the mica powder, this is just 15 mils because I don't want to overdo it. And I used like a half of one of these tiny little spoons, which, as I've shown you guys before, is like the same width as a popsicle stick. So I used a half of that. I think I got these at Hobby Lobby. All right, I have 40 mils of white, and I used Let's Resin Ocean White. I just used 2 drops. I have my clear, that's 35 mils of clear, and then 30 mils of Liquitex Prism Violet with 3 drops. This is very well loved. I spilled it, and I just love this color, so I had to order some more. Gonna have to order more black here soon because I use that all the time. All right, that is it. So we will get started. I do have some, actually, I'm gonna pull this out. I need to pour more of this into a cup because the cup I had, I don't know what happened to it. Here it is. This is, it's stones, it's glass, but it's like, I want to say it's kind of like fire glass. I think that's what they called it. It's got all different colors. It's got like blue and orange and green and yellow and purple and just a bunch of different colors. It's almost like an oil slick looking, but I don't know if you can see all the colors that I'm seeing in there. I definitely see purple, I see blue, I see green, I see gold. So it's got a bunch of different colors, and so I think it'll work really well for using in the middle here because you never know what colors your colors are going to turn into. So it's really hard to be like, I'm going to use red, because then it ends up being pink or whatever. So I figured this will be a better way to do it. I did let my resin sit for about 15 minutes. It is no longer cool to the touch. It's not hot, but it is no longer cool to the touch. That's when I know it's time to start mixing my stuff. It gives it time, especially in the winter, because things cool off. Now, it's been nice here. I think it was almost 70 here today, if not 70. So, you know, I live in Arizona, of course, so we have very mild, very, 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 very mild winters. So, yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to rub it in, but it was almost 70 here today. I had short sleeves on when I was out with the dog. It's kind of nice, but I like cold because we're so hot all the time. So cold would have been nice too. Anyway, so I just like to do this, to let it sit just enough to get the chill off so it doesn't have a chill anymore. All right, so I'm going to start off with my black, and I'm going to make my spirals. And I don't remember if I've made one in this wide of a mold. Honestly, I think most of the ones I've been doing have been in the deeper molds that are not quite as wide. So this is a good practice, a good one to try and see if it works out in this kind of mold also. I don't see why it wouldn't. It just might, the proportions might need to be tweaked a little bit, only because it's not sinking down as much. But this is a pretty, I mean, this is a decent size mold, so it's just not quite as deep as the other molds that I've been using. Which, speaking of molds, I have a couple more molds in the works right now, so keep your eye out for those coming up if they haven't been released already. I record ahead of time and then I release things. I schedule things to be released so that way, you know, if I need to take a day off or if I don't feel like it or if I am sick or whatever, I don't feel the pressure to, you know, make a new video every day. So, but sometimes what that means is I'll put things, they'll end up out of order. So I might be like, oh, I did this new thing. I'm really excited. I want to share it with you. So I might like jump ahead of some of the older things that I've already done. So just so in case you're wondering if you hear me talking about something and it ends up being totally out of order, that is why. Okay, gonna do the violet. I just love this color. This is the most violet that ever violeted. Sorry, it's Sunday night. I'm feeling a little silly. I just love this color, violet, too. I love most colors. I really just, I will say orange is probably not my most favorite color, but I appreciate it. But I love yellow. I love green. It's just sometimes, yeah, yellow and purple, they don't go together. They don't play well. They don't play nice, so I don't usually put yellow and purple unless I'm coloring, in which case you can do it as long as you don't, you know, blend them or anything. Because I think like purple flowers with a yellow center, gorge, totally gorge. All right, now I'm going to do the mica one next, then we'll do the white, and then we'll do the push. I always like to do the white last. And I'm going to try to make my mica powder lines fairly thin so that it can spread out. Obviously, they're going to overlap and such, but if I do that, then they can spread out and hopefully not weigh things down too much, because mica powder does tend to be heavier. The powder part just makes it that way. I will say also that I love acrylic inks. They are so much more versatile than using like alcohol inks or even resin inks. At least the resin inks that I've been using, you know, I usually use the Let's Resin pigments, you know, the resin inks. I would like to try Octopus. I just haven't had the ability to do that yet. Maybe one day. It's just a little out of my price range at the moment, but I'll get there. I will get there. All right, this is almost done. There we go. It is done. Okay, now I'm gonna do the white. Doesn't that look gorgeous? It looks like a rose on top of it, at least from my view. Kind of looks like a big red rose. Gorgeous. All right. Now we'll do white. Sorry, my son sounds like he's knocking stuff down in his room. I started recording earlier and I had to actually stop and start over again because he was yelling at his video games and his friends online. Which, you know, I guess I get it. I was louder when I was younger also. Maybe I'm still loud. I don't know. I have my teacher voice where I like can really project my voice into a room, and you kind of have to in order to be heard by certain groups of young people. Not all kids are that way, but inevitably as classes get towards the end of the day, the kids get louder and louder. In the morning, they're not quite awake and it's kind of nice. I mean, I'm not kind of not awake either, so, you know, it evens out. But in the afternoons, they are just full of energy. They've been in school all day. They've had to sit still. They are done. So it takes a little more effort to get their attention and hold it when it's in the afternoon. Okay. I mean, I don't yell at them. It's just sometimes I have to raise my voice to be heard over them because they can be kind of loud. Kind of loud. There we go. Almost. Almost done. There we go. Done. All right, so now I'm going to do my push, put in my center. I'm actually rethinking that. I'm thinking I might do black, just plain black in the center instead. Just going to put it in a cup, a different cup, to make it easier to pour. I got new black rocks, and they're much finer. The other ones I had were really chunky, and so I'm super excited to kind of use these. I haven't used them yet. All right, here we go. Here comes the push. And it looks like I'm going to be able to use all of this, scrape it out and everything. There we go. I love that these sticks are reusable, and you can just spray them off with some alcohol and then wipe them down, and then I usually wash them with soap and water, and then you're good to go. All right, there's the stones. They don't look quite as shiny as the other ones I had, but maybe it's just me. I think the other ones I had were more polished, and these are not as polished. There we go. All right, I'm going to put on time lapse, and then you'll see me. I will torch it and everything like that. It's looking really cool with the red and the purple. I'm hoping that it looks really awesome. So anyway, I will put on a time lapse, and I will see you tomorrow when it's time to unmold. Bye. Okay, here we are. Let's see what we have. It looks so cool on this side. I love, you can see the red and then this violet here. I'm loving it already on this side at least. Let's see how it came out on the other side. Ready? Oh, so cool. So cool. The white circle is a lot bigger. It's spread out. So many cool like little petals in here. And then the edge, you can see the red. Oh, that's really beautiful. I'm glad I went with the black center. I love it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.